Hey, live stream people, aka my class students. We're continuing work on our fantasy, maybe, dungeon crawler game called UNFOUND, which looks like this. And I'm about to begin class, but I want to take a quick look at it before I started class and all of that, those shenanigans begin. Just kind of look at what we have here. We almost got this like cool island continent thing. The last thing we did, my favorite thing was this concept of floating islands, including ones you can try and leap onto in time. No, and you die. But I'm really kind of a fan of this game. But let's join the kiddos and see what they say about it. By the way, 6th period, you're my quietest class of all, so they may not say anything about it, in which case I will be talking to myself. But since I have a lot of experience in that, shouldn't be too foreign to me. All right, and class has begun. Hey, Jason. Started to veer right a little bit. Let's continue with that trend. Try and get it to there, but also slightly tilted, maybe that way. Keyframe that. Oh, shoot, I hit the wrong button. Okay, gotta do that again. Drag it out. Hey guys, hey everybody, we got Joshua, Adolfo, Raphael, and the rest here in Gilligan's Island. And Jason, still in the Lava Lake Beach, just wanted a name of the Lava World. Alright. We do need a name. Can we give this place a name? Like, I got music from the game, best game ever made maybe, called Oblivion, going on in the background. And the name of the game, Oblivion, actually comes from their own hellish lava dimension world. They kind of did the Nether before Minecraft even existed, and it's a whole other realm that the game really is a big part of the story of the game. So we can't use Oblivion as a name, but we need some kind of really cool name for this place. Are you streaming, sir? Yes, I am, Jasmine. I am streaming. Yep. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna present on Google Meets as well. Should make it a little easier too for you guys to see. Purgatory. I'm okay with. So that's a good suggestion, Christian. Can we merge Purgatory with something else? Because Purgatory is supposed to be more neutral. Plus, it already has like a lot of like spiritual, religious, and historical connotations. To kind of make it exist within our own fantasy dungeon crawler universe, maybe could we take Purgatory, and merge it with something to sound more appropriate for this? I don't know. Somebody try something. Try merging Purgatory with some other word or a play on words or something. Okay, and we got to come up with a name for this citadel and a purpose for getting there. Okay, because I've been alluding to making that citadel. We even made floating rocks around it. It's a very intimidating place that you must venture off to. But what's the whole goal? I don't even know. Somebody better come up with a goal though. And remember, you can always unmute your microphone because this is a pretty quiet class, so I'm fine with that. Or put your suggestions in the chat. All right, I was going to say let's take this guy way over here. Okay, so he's there. I want to take him way over here. And we're really going to freak out the people who are riding this thing by veering them a little bit. Now, if I keyframe that, the trajectory of this floating island, which we're going to make a lot bigger, make more interesting maybe, it's going to kind of like lean over as you go that way. And since it's leaning that way, kind of like it should veer this way. So actually what we'll do too is we'll move it slightly in that direction. Keyframe that. Kind of like how an airplane leans in the direction that it goes. All right, see it's moving. Oh, we're not on that part yet. Now we're... Seems slow, but it's going to be really fast when you're on it. Any suggestions on a name? I like where we're starting with Purgatory something. Purging Purgatory. Purgatory Purge. Do we have any like fantasy names? Something like that? Oh, again, I made a copy of the... Oh, don't do that. Control-Z, Control-Z. Okay, there we go. A little better. So where should this finally end up? Maybe it should end up at the tower? No, it should end up on the other side. Should end up on that island, perhaps? Not too sure. Let's try getting on the thing. I made it a little bit slower. We'll hit play. Let's see what this is like. Purgation. Maybe. Oh, no, I'm still too fast in that beginning part. Really, it's very fast in the beginning part. So let's move that keyframe out this way. Okay. Should be a little better. Can you slow it down? Yeah, I'm slowing it down. Still a bit fast. Darn it. Alright, I'm gonna change the lava mechanic slightly. Right now, if you touch the lava once, you die. And that's not really fair. It should just be like it damages your health. So if you stay in the lava enough, it's going to cause you to die. So let's fix that. Let's do that. Where do we do our lava death? I think we might have done on the level blueprint, which I'm not the hugest fan of. Yeah, we did. On being an overlap, create this way. See, we just kill the guy. That's not fair. Instead, what should happen is we really should just be damaging health over time. So here's how you would do that. Is you would go, let's see, we have our damage health event. So damage health, damage player health. By how much? How much health does our player have? By default, we gave him 100 health. So what if we did like, hey, damage health, by 20 per second? That would give them 5 seconds. So we can do this thing called a timer by event. Set timer by event. And we'll say every 1 second, you're going to damage the health by 10. Custom event. Oh. Damage from fire. Timer by events are similar to event tick, which you've seen us use, which is just a regularly firing event. So it's really useful to do like regularly firing stuff. We can still spawn the emitter here, like the fire thing. Fire effect kind of deal. And we'll do the damage from fire. And looping, yes. Boom, boom. Take this over here. I mean, we're supposed to be human. We would die instantly if we're near lava. Yeah, but do you know any game where you die instantly if you fall into lava? It might be realistic, but the question is it a fun mechanic? It's almost like it's too harsh of a mechanic, I feel. You got to give your players some chance, because it's like, okay, if I fall, can I at least hop back over? But you're totally right. Unless you're Anakin Skywalker, good luck doing anything after you fall into lava. Damage player health. Okay, yeah, that would come from here. Boom. Like Minecraft. Yeah, like Minecraft's an example, Josh. Exactly. Plus, if we do this, we could do like maybe we might get a potion of fire resistance kind of thing at some point. You know, that kind of deal. That makes it so you take slower damage from fire. So there's more you can do with this. And even if we set it up like this, if we really decide that, hey, we just want fire to be totally lethal in the minute you touch it, then we could just set this damage amount to like 10,000. You don't have to modify the code. It's still going to kill the player the first time he touches it, you know? But the code now, as I'm remaking it, is going to allow the possibility of a little bit more, you know, range with how punishing the game is with this regard. You should add more rocks in lava so the player can jump from rock to rock and take dangerous shortcuts to avoid enemies. That's a really good idea. We could do that, Christian. We could do that. We could do that today, probably. Because I don't want to spend all of today on floating islands. I think setting up that floating island system last time is really good, and we can revisit it. But I also feel like we need to get back to like the enemies, zombies, people attacking us kind of stuff. So yeah, good point. Damage player health by 10 every 1 second. And then here's the thing. Here's the key part. You have to stop it if the guy gets out of the fire, right? So we have this on begin overlap. You also want to make an on end overlap event. So if I do end overlap, that'll show up now for this lava thing. And we can... actually, no, how do I... Yeah, okay. We want to make sure that the third-person character is the guy that we're sensing is overlapping it. And then what's really cool is timer by events. I really like these. I like using them. You can promote it to a variable. Call this lava burn timer, whatever. And you can now refer back to it, including doing things like pausing or stopping the event from firing. So what I'm doing with that code is I'm saying, hey, when you overlap that body of lava, please damage them every second by 10 health. Actually, let's make that 20, maybe. Actually, no. For a better effect, let's do 0.5, but we'll only damage them by like 10. Okay, it's the same effect as damaging every 1 second by 20. Still be the same speed. Let's make sure that we add this lava thing to the viewport as well. Just to make sure, though, this was it gets orange, it gets like, hey, you're on fire kind of thing. Let's just make sure that this thing, it does destroy itself. Okay, but it destroys itself way too slowly. So we're going to do this as every 1 second. Yeah, after 1 second, it'll remove itself from the screen. That should work. All right, so go back here. Actor end overlap, third-person character, pause timer by handle. And what we'll do too, what I like to do is just in case, they go back into the lava, I like to make sure that I unpause it if they overlap the lava again. So unpause by timer. All right, let's try that. And then we still got to make the death event. Actually, no, we don't need to make the death event. See, we did last time, we did the pseudo death event. But remember, our damage player health custom event has death built into it. It asks itself at the end of subtracting the health, hey, is the guy's health less than or equal to 0? If that's true, fade us out after 1.2 seconds, reopen the game. Maybe we can add an inventory and have a bottle of water they can just pour on themselves. I like that. Or I think like a fire-resistant potion kind of thing could be good. But I think inventory could be cool. All right, so I'm going to step in the lava. Oh, gosh. Ow, it hurts. No. All right, get back out. Okay, I'm okay. Very anticlimactic. Why is my widget not really showing up? Is it? Maybe very subtly. And am I going to die if I go in too long? All right. A little anticlimactic, so let's go back and make sure that it's climatic. I know why the widget never went screen. I never added the code there. Oops. So let's put that code here. All right, so that'll do the damage effect. We could do too on that widget. We could have a fire sound already, as it so happens. So on this damage animation, so far damage animation fades in like this orange, like it just does that both constantly kind of thing. What we can do. Playback speed twice as fast. Okay, cool. Let's actually set that to 3 times the speed. We can add a sound track here. So we're going to hit this, hit audio track. This is built into our widget animation. You can add sounds to these animations. That's great for a whole bunch of the music, that kind of thing. And we can actually fade in the sound and fade it out, which is what you want. You want, like, when you get the lava, it shouldn't just be like, it should be like that kind of, you know, thing. So let's type in fire. Let's hear these. Another one. All right, we'll do that one. Now it won't stop playing. Oops. It'll stop once I hit play and enter. Okay. So what we'll do is back on our widget for taking damage, you see this audio track here. And what we'll do is we'll key in, do a keyframe again on fading in that audio, so volume. So the volume, I'm going to say, has to start out at 0, but then it's got to quickly jump up to 1. So it'll be like a nice fade in. Hear that? And as far as fading out, let's do a fade out. Let's just do a fade out. My question is, because, you know, I don't know how long I want the widget on screen. Now I'm thinking we shouldn't be creating multiple widgets on screen the way I have it set up. But we'll try it as is. All right, Jasmine's got the names. Jasmine, you're awesome. Lake of Fire, too biblical. I'm gonna keep it fantasy. Underworld, I like that. Netherworld, we won't get sued with that, will we? Otherworld, I like Otherworld. It's the Otherworld. Inferno. Alexis likes Inferno. Anybody else like Inferno? You could do that too. Can we do something more fantasy-like? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go in the fire. Oh, geez. Okay, good. That really does tell me I was burning. You know, that was like the audio's still playing. Still playing. I know why. If I go back to our HUD here, make sure that the audio you're playing is not an audio cue, which has looping set on it, which mine does. I know it does. So instead of doing the fire cue, which is set to always loop, just do the regular old fire wave. There we go. Perfect. I like Otherworld as a world opposite to our own. Still playing, even when I'm not on fire anymore. I don't like that. You should make them charred to go with the theme. I mean, is there plants in the fire? Yeah, you noticed that? I did add fiery plants. Well, they don't look fiery. Should we add a little glow to these plants so they're justified? That's the thing. Like it's its own world of fire. Maybe we can make them glow so they're like lava plants, so they're justified. Right. Which could be cool, because maybe, what if you had like a lava forest, like big trees and roots coming out of the lava lake? You know, almost like swamps. You know, swamps are filled with water, and you can hop from rock to rock, so you don't go in the water. But there's trees and, you know, stumps and things like that. Well, what if we had the same sort of environment in this world? And that'd be cool for sneaking around and stuff too. But you got to justify it. Why is there a tree in the lava? Well, no, it's a lava tree. It's like how we have these lava beings. It could work. Do you guys like that idea? What I'm going to do is, instead of constantly creating a widget, we're going to create the widget here just the one time. And the widget is not going to destroy itself after a certain amount of seconds, because that's silliness. We're not going to do. That's how I was doing it. Here's the widget again. Yeah, which was here. No, don't do that. Instead, we're just going to do a custom event called remove this, remove fire effect. and we will, let's see, can we fade out the audio? That would be good. Just thinking. All right, so we've got this. Okay, that's good. Thinking. All right. Go back here, we create the widget. We're going to store it as a variable that we could move it later. We don't know when the player is going to get out of the fire. That's the whole thing. That's why we have to do it this way. So by storing it and calling it the fire effect widget, we can now go back here and decide, okay, that on end overlap, all right, that's when you remove the fire effect. And I made a custom event on here just because there'll be things later on I might want to go in here and add a delay or add some sort of ability to fade out the audio. Let's see if that works. It may or may not. Let's see. It's still doing it. Oh man, looping was checked on this. Allow looping if the section length is greater than the sound direction. Uncheck that. Try it again. No, still looping. All right, I'm not a fan of it just constantly looping like that. So what I'm gonna do for the time being is I'm going to just set this audio to nothing until we can get this to actually not loop. Right, because we created the widget. Yes, we're looping it here, but we're only looping it. Oh, we are. Oh, well. Decisions, guys, right? I have a new decision. I don't think it's that important to figure out at the moment. So I'm going to set this to be cleared. Our player will still die. It's still stakes. Don't go in the lava. But now we can transition to some of the other stuff. So, okay. One of the things I noticed last time that would be cool if I hit play is that idea if we somehow were able to make it on the lava island and perhaps attack our enemies from afar. However, we have not talked about whether this game you can attack from a range or something. You know, which maybe you shouldn't be able to attack from a big old range. You know, maybe it should be a type of game where you literally only sneaking and setting off traps. But I know our vision has evolved over time. But you can see as I'm on this, floating island here, which is just so fun to play on. I mean, it's just really cool. I can see enemies down there. The question is, can I take like a bow or a spell cast and hit them from here? Is that a worthy thing to do? Is that something that you guys want for the game? Or should this game be only sneaking? And I'm okay with either way, but I want to know from your guys' answer. And I want to know from Michael, too, because Michael Strode was the one who kind of gave us our origin for this game premise. And I know we've been veering quite a bit from some of those premises. And the question is, do you guys think that being able to attack with spells or something from afar is a good idea or a bad idea? So I'm going to stop talking now. I want at least 3 of you to unmute your microphone and provide your input right now.
I personally feel like that if we're still going on the concept of a stealth game, that we should go ahead and make it so that if we do include weapons, they're temporary and very, very not durable, like they'll be used up quickly.
So scarcity to any sort of long range weapon. It's not like you always have some ability to cast spells, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Like maybe you might find a scroll that allows you to cast one spell to help you solve a puzzle.
I hear you there. All right. That's Michael. I want 2 others to unmute their mic and give us some context. Give us your ideas. All right, I'm gonna call on people. Jasmine, what do you think? Should we have long range weapons in the game, or should it be sneak only, or should we go with Michael's idea and say that they're just temporary rare pickups? So I see people answering in the chat here, and I guess that's all right, but I got to be honest, guys. I have no one's camera is on. Nobody's answering my questions. I asked for 3 people, and only Michael talked. We can go back to we can start doing essays and stuff on game development, but I don't think you want to do that. But I need a little bit more feedback. Okay, so let me ask this again. Should we have long range weapons in the game, or should we not? Somebody unmute your mic and answer.
I think we should have long range weapons.
Maybe no, because long range weapons, I don't know, maybe long range weapons might be too much. You might not reach the target, and or sometimes you might kill all the enemies. You might kill all the enemies in a faraway island, I guess.
Okay. So it might be too empowering. There's ways we could limit it. It might be too empowering. Okay. And then somebody else was saying something. I didn't get a chance to see the name, but
I was thinking short range weapon, I guess.
Okay, we could think of at short range. Eric, what were you gonna say?
We should have it. We should have long range.
Okay. And should that long range be like a rare, scarce thing, or is that like it's part of your character? You can do a long range thing.
Should be part of your character.
Okay.
I think it might make the game more fun.
Interesting. Go ahead.
I really don't think we should have long range weapons because it'll basically it'll allow people to stay far away without having any real danger, and it would just make the game less fun.
That's true. That's true. If you could just attack from afar all the time.
You could also make it so that the long range weapons have sort of decreased accuracy, or you can only use it at a certain sort of point, like a position, as if you have to gain access to a turret.
Yeah, like a turret on this island kind of thing. That could be cool,
and then you'd have to hit the target to sort of.
I kind of like the turret thing.
Instead of a low accuracy, we can add in as like a limited amount of ammo and stuff.
That's true too. We could do a limited amount of ammo. That way you could still be part of your character. It doesn't have to be some rare find, but you got to find the ammo. All right, so then let me ask this other question now. If we do include some sort of long range in some form, whether it's rare or not rare, part of your character but limited, that kind of thing, are we talking spells? Are we talking physical objects that are launched, like a bow kind of thing? Or is it magical or not
If
magical?
we do spells, right, it makes up the opportunity that it's not weapons that can kill, but maybe mind control alongside with possibly telekinesis or sort of expansions or shrinking spells.
Dude, that's a good answer. Those are really cool ideas. What were you gonna add, Alexis?
I personally think that it should be like a level thing. Like we can gain magic the more we go.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, based on your guys' input, I think what we'll do is I'm going to code right now the ability for us to do some sort of long range something. And I think we're going to go with the spell thing because, like Michael pointed out, spells give us opportunities that can be non-lethal but still useful. Spells can not only be aimed at an enemy, it could be some way of you have unlocking a door, lock level kind of thing. So let's do that, and we're gonna set up our distance kind of triggering casting thing right now, and that way we'll be able to further utilize it, whether it's through a turret or a spell. But I think spells sound good. All right, so let's do this. If I go to our third-person character, there's a certain type of code I like for doing kind of a long-range thing. I use it for shooter games. I use it for inventory, like picking up stuff in the world. It's really good. And it's called making what's called a line trace. And a line trace is something in game development where you have an invisible line that shoots itself through the world from one place to another. And this is going to take us about 5 minutes. So we're going to stay on here until 11:45 or until I dismiss you. And we're going to set up that system, line trace system. So watch this. We'll do. Oh, you know what? First, let's decide where does the line start? Where does it shoot? So I'm going to add here. Did we do this already? We have this start and end location. Hold on. Maybe we did this for inventory selection kind of thing, I believe. Something like that. Yeah. Looking over our code. If you ever can't find something, you always do Control F. We'll type in line trace. All right, so we are line tracing somewhere. Double click on that, takes us to it. To determine what the player is looking at. Okay, so very similar to that, except the range of what a player can be like looking at and selecting is very short. That's a short range thing. We need something that shoots long range. So let's do this. Let's go we're going to make a copy of this end location. See, the line trace starts from here and ends there. And we want something you're shooting to go way farther out. So we'll do long range end location. And this is how far your spell will cast. And we'll just make it go really far. Okay? Yeah, that should work. Maybe even farther. Okay. So now, let's make a custom event. Let's move this stuff over to the side. Oh yeah, see, we did this for our activating stuff, so that you'll be able to activate objects, which is really good. We got to remember that we have that, because we can start doing the traps and the various things. But let's do this. Custom event. Cast spell line trace. We're going to do a line trace by channel, and the start location will be here. Get world location we made last time. The end location will be this really far off thing that we just dragged really far away from our player, right in front of their camera. That's how far the line's going to go in the world. We'll trace on the camera channel. It's a better channel to trace on because it hits pawns by default, which means other characters. And that's That's going to draw a line from there to there, and then we can determine what we hit, that whole thing. Now what we'll do, let's do something neat here. We're going to stay on a few extra minutes today, guys, and that's just how it's going to be. So actor, I mean, I have you in class for the 30 minutes after this, just so you know, technically. We're going to name this, we're going to make a little fireball effect. Okay. So I'm going to make a little ball of fire. Let's do a particle effect. Particle system. Let's find our fire particle, and that's what it looks like. Pretty cool. But let's make this look a little more magical. So we'll make a duplicate of that. What's a good magical color for fire that isn't like normal fire color? What color should we make this? Green and blue.
Reddish orange. Usually, it's usually green, blue, or purple. So how about pink?
All right, well, look on the left here. Tell me if you like what you're seeing. I added some of that green in there. Try doing some of that blue. Ooh. It's got smoke, which I don't think I want smoke on this. Can I just disable that? How do I just, oh, like that. Yeah, that's a little better. It's got kind of these like sparks going on, and sparks should be, maybe we do the sparks pink. It's gonna look very magical. Okay. Almost like Goblet of Fire. Initial color. Embers. Sorry, I'm looking for embers. Okay. Color over life. It does keep smoke. Have it red so that it has some sort of fire-like color properties. Looks good. Just showing says looks good. Okay. It does keep smoke. All right, if you want smoke, we'll do smoke. Let's see. There's that smoke. Yeah, but I want it to be a different color. So, okay, can we do let's do a green smoke. We don't have enough green in it yet. Okay. There's our sort of fireball kind of thing. We always change it if you want. But now we're going to switch out this old fireball with our magic fireball system. It looks like that. And we're going to shoot that from our character. And this is good. But you see how far the smoke goes? That's why I'm a little skeptical on the smoke. I'm like, but since you wanted it, we'll do it. If we're going to add spells, we should probably have a timer so the player does not spam the spell over and over again. Great point. We can and we will and we should, and I'll make a mental note of that. So that's our fireball. It's a blueprint. So what we'll do is if you cast a spell, somebody give me a key to cast a spell with. Somebody say, what's a key I should do to cast spells? F for fire? Yeah, okay. We'll do F key. I don't think we're using F for anything, so that should work. All right, cast spell line trace. What we're going to do now is we're going to spawn that blueprint that we made. Spawn actor from class, our fireball magical fire spell thing. And where you spawn it, all right, where do you spawn it, is what your transform's all about. And actually, by the way, let's just see real quick, how big is this fireball? Is it too big? If I bring it into the world, is it going to be too like monstrously big? Yeah, it seems a little big for my liking. So let's just make it a little smaller real quick. So 0.5, half the size. Okay. So going back over here, we spawn the fireball. Where do we spawn it? We spawn it at the start location of our character, like where we started the line trace. Oh, we should get that from our line trace here. Trace start. Cool. And now we need to actually make it go forward. How do you do that throughout the world? That's going to be done as follows. set actor location. I'm going to go quickly on this one. We're going to do what's called a timeline that will allow a value to change over time. We just want it to increase. And timelines are really useful. So I'm going to make it new, this timeline track. We're going to name it alpha. There's a reason for that. I'm going to shift click twice and say, when you start at time 0, your value will be 0. When you end at time, we had to think how long does it go from where it started all the way out. I'm going to say 5 seconds. It should be at a value of 1. That's the idea. So it's going to spit out this value called alpha here. And what we want to do is we want to blend, which is called a lerp, blend between its start location and the end location, where this actor actually is. And we're constantly updating its location between those two things. So we're going to blend between the, sorry, my dog, trace start, and impact point, and pass an alpha into that, and that's what that code looks like, and that should, I believe, cause the fireball to go from one end to the other. Let's try it out. All right, I'm seeing some good stuff in the chat. Small HUD to switch to different spells. Totally. We want to have different spells. Think of new spells for next week that we can do, because I feel like spell casting could be really good for this game. All right, I'm going to press F, 3, 2, 1, F. Ha! See it's moving? Really slow, but you can see it actually, I can like almost follow it, and then that's where it hit. All right, let's try it again. Press F, and then it like manifests in front of you. Oh, did not go out that time. Let me try to press F again. Oh, one more thing I know I need to do. So first off, it was too slow. But also, you don't want this to be in play. You want this to be play from start. That way it always starts the right place. But our timeline was way too long. So can we take this down to like, actually, yeah, let's try that. Let's take this down to like 3 seconds. Hitting play. All right, I'm looking over here. Oh, my frame rate's good all of a sudden. I don't know how that happened. Now all of a sudden it's like really good. Mysteries, right? All right, I'm gonna hit fireball. F, 3, 2, 1, F. There it goes. And kind of landed over there. All right, let's shoot over here. 3, 2, 1. It's a very slow spell. Again, we may want to increase the speed on it, but we are able to cast spells now, which is just super duper cool. Maybe you want to associate some sort of like object on something like that fireball, like a sphere or something. We could add a sphere, and we can do, we made a lava material, right? So we could add our, what was the material we did here? We could probably just modify that to be our water ocean inst. So watch, what we'll do is make a duplicate of that. Make the duplicate way less intense and less bright, but we'll have that be part of the fireball. So we'll do this. We'll take that second one, we'll make it so that the sphere of the ball, of the fireball, actually is wearing that. It needs to be way smaller too, 0.5. And it needs to actually look green and stuff. So we'll say, hey, we want you to glow green or blue or something. Probably blue, cool blue. Something like that, maybe. And now when I cast this spell, you'll see it kind of looks like it's an object. So pressing F in 3, 2, 1, F. Oh, much better, right? You see that ball actually like come with it. All right, 3, 2, 1, bam. And we can make it look more spell-like. 3, 2, 1, bam. It's kind of cool. Can you imagine having a spell where you can like cast like a little guide, like a fairy or something that kind of guides you to like the location you have to go to, where there's a spell like that helps you get to the thing you're trying to find. You it could be like the seek spell, and you press it, and it kind of like slowly leads the way, and it turns, and you follow it. That'd be really cool. But yes, I can do spells. Currently, I can spam it like a crazy person. Oh, I landed lava for a second there. But I think that's a really good good start to something. Oh, there's that island. Do you guys think I could hit the island? We'll see if the ball gets stuck on the island. Oh no, it's traveling so slowly. I don't think the island's moving too quickly. Pretty cool what we've made here, in a few short weeks. Just started February. We got this crazy thing going on. Oh, did I hit it? It's about to hit it. Come on. All right. Think of spell types, guys. I think we're definitely going to do the spell thing now. Really cool. All right, so before we leave, I'm just going to write down some notes for next time. For Unfound, we need to decide the delay time between spells. Come up with other spell types. I really do want to do a seeking spell. I think it fits well with this game. That shows you the way to your objective. Let's see. So we have, to the player, it's a lethal thing. The player, enemies, it's a simple stun. Since the enemies live on a fire island. Yeah, true. I know. Yeah, it is fire unless it's some other kind of like ice or something. So we should create a stun spell. I really liked Michael's idea of a mind control or pacify spell. How about a spell? I like this. You like this too. Spell that causes enemies to attack their fellow enemies, like a frenzy. What do you guys think? Should we have a levitation spell or no? Small HUD to switch spells. Or tab, or controlled by tab. That would be good. No, okay. Well, we'll think about it. Okay. Before I let you go, guys, there are assignments on Canvas that you need to do by this afternoon, because otherwise you're going to see a bunch of zeros if you have anything missing on your progress report. Your progress report closes today, and I'm not grading at like 7 at night or 8 at night tonight like I usually do. When progress reports are due, I'm doing it in the afternoon. So if you send me something at 6 or 7 tonight, it's not going to make it into your progress report, and it will show up as missing even if you did it. So make sure you do everything in Canvas. I assigned 2 new assignments on Wednesday and told you guys about them on Canvas. Make sure you have done those, okay, because those are getting graded today. I also assigned an assignment on Monday that has already been graded. If you haven't done Monday's assignment and you wish to do Monday's assignment, do that today as well. But email me letting me know that you've completed that assignment, exactly what assignment it is and everything. Otherwise, it won't get graded because I have to go in and look up and make sure you did it and then grade it for you, okay? So email me if you're doing anything that's late. Other than that, you have 2 assignments that were assigned Wednesday that are going to be graded this afternoon, very soon. Make sure you do it. Other than that, have a great day. I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Okay, perfect, Alexis. Yeah, exactly. Do that. You've got 15 minutes of asynchronous time, and that's plenty of time. They're not big assignments, guys. They're just there so that we can assess that you're paying attention in class and really just to give you a grade. So make sure you do it.